Okay, Shalom Aleichem. This is me, Michelle89. This video will be about Acts 20:28, in which people presented are not honest, totally honest. They don't mention the textual variants. This is actually a positive response to another video, Dumpling something. I can't remember his whole name, but anyhow. He did this verse as well, but he only dealt with two variants. First of all, and I'm going to back him up on the reading of his own, blood of his own for a second. When people criticize the JW, they criticize them adding words, like they do here, in which which the New World Translation rendered the text as Church of God, which he, congregation of God, which he purchased with the blood of his own Son. And they put Son in both italics and bracket, telling the reader that this was added. And they do this all throughout. It's not something that's hidden from the reader. It just isn't. If you don't know that these are added and you're reading the New World Translation, then you're an idiot. You need to go back to reading school. So, that's the first thing when it comes to it. People who criticize the JWs are hypocrites. They don't criticize the KJV, the King James, for doing it, and a lot of them that criticized them are themselves KJV advocates. Some of them, a good number of them, are a advocate of a translation a modern translation, which uses this technique of adding words into the text that are implied and put it in italics. They don't go after them. And I'm going to read a few Trinitarian translation that renders this verse just like the New World Translation does, and one which renders it worse than the translation, than the J-Dubs. And that one is the Complete Jewish Bible. And why it's worse is because it doesn't even tell you that it's added. And that is the Complete Jewish Bible, which said to shepherd God's messianic assembly, which he won for himself at the cost of his own Son's blood. It's not even in the italics. It doesn't tell you, it doesn't even give you the hint that it's added, but yet no one criticizes them for it. The translation which used Church of God, the phrase which he acquired through the blood of his own, are the ANT, the Accurate New Testament, the CLV, Concordant Literal Version, the Diaglot New Testament, which I guess not sure if that's Trinitarian or not, the Lexham Bible, which he says through the blood of his own Son, and it doesn't put Son in italics at all. The NET, the Net Bible, which I highly encourage, it does tell you in the footnotes that Son is added, gives you the reason. It also has great textual critical notes on it. One of the most honest translations that are out there. I encourage you to get it. You can download it for free. I'll give you the link at the bottom. The Rotherham Bible and the RSV are Bible that does this. In the RSV, the blood of his own Son, and well, they don't tell you that Son is added. In the Eastern Orthodox Bible, which is a translation that came out over the few years. Over the past year, that was finished over the past year. And it reads, Church of God, which he purchased with the blood of his own Son. And they put Son in brackets, just like the New English, the NWT does. And then in the Eastern Orthodox Church are extremely Trinitarian. If you don't know they're Trinitarian, then something's wrong with you. Now, to get onto the textual critical side of it, there are 4 readings of this passage, not 2. 3 in Greek, 1 in Aramaic, and I'll explain this. One reading is Talthiel, which is the God, a church of the God, which is found in Aleph, which is Sinaiticus, B 614, 1175, 1505, a few others, the Vulgate, and Syriac. And what they mean by Syriac is 11th century Crawford Codex, done by the Syriac Orthodox Church. You have other witnesses, Greek texts, that renders it Tau Kyria, the Lord, or of the Lord, Church of the Lord, and they are, not sure what SO is, 0.75 or minuscule 74. Sorry, 74. A, C, corrected, D, E, C, 33, 1739, a few others, and the Coptic. And what we mean Coptic is the Sahidica text of the Lord, which is an earliest translation of the Greek. A third variant is, which is of the majority of the later minuscules found in Western Europe, are Tau Kyrios Tau Theo, or Tau Kyrios Kai Tau Theo, which is Church of the Lord and God. And you have translation that translates it that way, and they are the complete apostle of the Bible, which rendered the Church of the Lord and of God, as well as the accurate the ALT, which rendered the Assembly of the Lord and God. Now, the fourth rendering is found in this. The Ketveh Kedisha, the Aramaic Peshitta text, in which the oldest codex is the Khaburs Codex. It's centered around the time of the Sinaiticus. It's a very important codex in the Aramaic, on the Aramaic side. And it renders it as, once I get to 2028, that would help, right? As the phrase, here we go, L'Erte de Mashiach, of the Assembly of Messiah, Church of Christ, if I'm going to put that in language that you'll understand. So that's how it renders it. I guess that would be in Greek, Ecclesiatao Christo. I'm not sure if there's a Greek text that renders it that way. I don't know. Not to any of my knowledge. But the majority of the text renders it evenly balanced of the manuscript reading of Church of the Lord and the manuscript that reads it Church of God. Again, this one reads it Ecclesia de Mashiach. The church that preserves this text is a Trinitarian church, the Holy Apostolic Catholic Assyrian Church of the East, commonly known called among the West as Nestorian, is inaccurate. I'll deal with that later in another video on the history of the Assyrian Church of the East. Maybe I'll deal with that. I don't know. they'll have no reason to change this from Church of God to Church of Messiah. They just don't. Or they're Trinitarian. Um, Also, how do we get this other Syriac text that renders it Church of God? Well, the answer is right after the time, no, actually before the time of Rabbula, who done the Old Syriac text of the Gospel. There was a split among the Church of the East. A group of Syrians split from the Assyrian Church of the East and formed what is called the Syriac Orthodox Church. They separated and they joined Orthodoxy. And when I say Orthodoxy, they joined the Oriental Orthodox Church. And when they did that, they translated 5 books from Greek into Aramaic: Jude, 2 Peter, 2nd and 3rd John, and Revelation. And they altered the text itself in places to match the Greek text. And this is one place they did it. They changed it from Ete de Mashiach to Ete de Allah, Church of God. So that's how you get the Syriac text that renders of God in there. With that being stated, that's all the facts. You make up your mind which reading you want to. Until next time, may Yah be with you. Shalom.